So now we're going to talk about everyone's favorite topic, hashtags. I think a lot of people overlook the importance of hashtags. I've watched a lot of the other Skillshare courses and YouTube videos, and a lot of them are saying like, only use 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 hashtags. And that doesn't make any sense to me because hashtags are what get your photos seen beyond your followers. And if you can use the correct hashtags, you can completely grow your account. Super, super fast. And I'm going to introduce you to this term, targeted hashtag. What is a targeted hashtag? A targeted hashtag is a very specific and detailed hashtag that's focusing on a specific theme, right? So when I first started using Instagram, I was tagging my photos, hashtag coffee, hashtag best of the day, hashtag Instagram. And those are really, really popular hashtags. But that's the thing, they're too popular. So many people are posting to those hashtags that when you post, you might get, 10, 20 likes right off the bat. And you're like, wow, these hashtags are awesome. But then your post gets buried and nobody ever sees it. If you use hashtags that are more descriptive and that aren't so heavily crowded with other people posting, your post will stick up there longer. And if you get enough likes and comments in the first hour or first 30 minutes, your post will actually trend on that hashtag. And when you trend, your post will sit there for a long period of time and everybody that visits that hashtag will like your photo. And they're also much more likely to comment on your photo and much more likely to follow you because they were looking at something very specific in the first place. So a good example of this is I use something called, I use a hashtag Cafe Teller. And Cafe Teller is an account in Asia that features a bunch of photos of people taking pictures of their coffee, right? Photos of people's coffee and stuff like that. And that's my content, that's what I post. If I do hashtag coffee, like I said, I'll get some likes, but I won't trend. I'm not popular enough to trend on hashtag coffee. There's so many posts going through there, my post will get buried. But if I do hashtag Cafe Teller, my post will trend and everybody that visits that hashtag is looking for a style that's similar to mine. So they're much, much more likely to comment on my photo, to follow me, to engage in a conversation. And I think that's why targeted hashtags are such a crucial part to your Instagram development. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how do I find targeted hashtags? And it's actually very, very simple. So let's use hashtag coffee, for example. We've been kind of talking about that. When you search hashtag coffee on Instagram, it'll show up, it'll show all the photos, but if you look at the top bar, it'll say relevant hashtags. And those are the hashtags that might be targeted and they might be not. So I do hashtag coffee here, and then the related, we see latte, we see coffee with 1 E, we see cappuccino, we see iced coffee, and then we see coffee break. So if you see here, the hashtag coffee has 68 million posts, and more people are posting every minute. But if we go to hashtag coffee break, there's only 241,000 posts. If I post on coffee break, I'm much more likely to trend. But then when I'm looking at coffee break, I don't think that my photos kind of match this style. I think a lot of random people will kind of be posting on this hashtag, and that's not really what I'm going for. So I'll keep searching, I'll look through different photos. I'll look at some of the photos where people are posting and I'll look at the hashtags that they're using. So here I clicked on this photo in hashtag latte and they have a hashtag cafe hopping Bangkok. Now this is my style. This is the type of photo that I'll post. And there's only 82,000 posts in here. So if I post here, I'm gonna trend. And especially if it's in Bangkok, a lot of people are gonna follow me, they're gonna comment on my photo. Whereas if I'm doing hashtag coffee, people in random countries are seeing my post that, they don't really care that, I'm taking photos in a cafe in Bangkok. So that's the beauty of a targeted hashtag. Somebody is searching for something very specific when they browse that hashtag. And if they come across your post and it matches that specificity that they're looking for, like I said, they're much more likely to engage with your content. And that is why targeted hashtags are so important for growing your account. My hashtags are all around 15,000 to 1 million. And that's kind of the sweet spot for me. Sometimes I'll go beyond 1 million and sometimes I'll go lower than 15,000 if I think it's really, really targeted, like hashtag, Paris Cafe. If I'm in Paris and I want to take photos in cafes and post those, I'll use something like that. But these targeted hashtags are really, really essential and they're really easy to find. When I use hashtags, I use all 30 of them. I put them in the first comment in my post, and I try to be trending on all of them. And I check back from time to time. I'll check back and I'll make sure that I'm relevant to all the hashtags that I'm posting. And if I'm not, then I won't use it. I'll get rid of it. I'll replace it. Hashtags are a really integral part to growing your Instagram account. And targeted hashtags are definitely the way to go. So don't use random hashtags, use specific ones, and take some time to find the right ones. Take a few hours, sit down, write them out, and find the hashtags that are really relevant to you. You can add them in a note in your phone, so you can just copy and paste them into the first comment after you post your photo. That's definitely the best thing you can do in terms of hashtag usage.